Good morning. We're in a little town called Arthery. I think it's called Arthery. And, no, Armory, rather. It's called Armory. And we just stopped here to grab a coffee and a few other things for a little road trip we're doing today around the top of Northern Ireland. It's been a pretty good trip so far. It's a bit foggy, but hopefully it clears up, because some of the places we're going to go to are pretty unique. Anyway, we'll jump in the car and we'll get going. Just picked up a couple of bags of these. They're called mini jam bonds. They're well, they look like a little pastry with a bit of ham on and cheese maybe. Let's see how they taste. They taste like, if you get those, they're like a little spinach and cottage cheese pastry with a little bit of ham on. That's what they taste like. Just stop for a quick second. This little ruin on the edge of a cliff in the middle of the water. And there's a couple of sheep on the bottom. Oh, more than a couple. Holy moly. On the big cliffs. You can see all the sheep tracks down here. These are the houses where they live. What a place to live. Right opposite this. Just wild. Rightio, we're at the first stop. It's called the Giant's Causeway. And this weather doesn't let up. It's even colder than what it was when we left the place we're staying in Belfast City. Whew. Hands are freezing. Gotta keep switching hands. So we're gonna head down here and see what it looks like. First we've got to get a couple of tickets from where we parked. It's about £36 or something like that. So what's that? 36 cents a pound is $70. Everything's doubled here. But yeah, let's go and see what this place looks like. So here's the start of the cliff. I'm not sure where the causeway is. I think it's a little walk down around this road, because that looks nothing like it. But that's still a pretty rad view, isn't it? With the hills and everything. And it feels like it's about -1 degrees. It's not hot at all. And back home it's like 35 or something. So as we make our way to the bottom of the hill here, I forgot to mention that all these rocks are actually volcanic. Every single one of them. Basalt, I believe it's called. And millions of years ago, this whole area was level with that ledge up there, or that headland, whatever you want to call it. And then volcanic eruption happened, because we're on a plate, a big volcanic plate. And it leveled itself out and sunk. And turned into this bay. And it's actually higher than that. If you look behind me, that's how much it's sunk. From right up the top there to down the bottom here. Wild stuff. Right, yeah, we made it. This is them here. This is the Giant's Causeway. These are all the basalt rocks. And there's about 40,000 of them, something like that. It just extends forever. They can be up to 40 feet deep, big columns. If you have a look, you've got the columns here. They're all individual, created by the volcano 60 million years ago, they say, which is a bloody long time. So I'm essentially standing on rocks from 60 million years ago that have come up out of the earth. Just wild to think about. But they're all hexagon shaped. It's pretty cool. I'll try and make it up to the other side there and get a nice bit of footage. Alright, these ones are pretty slippery here, so the water must come right up. We might move out of the way, because I can see myself breaking a leg. Okie dokie. Yeah, these are slippery, holy moly. Chef, don't follow me, these are like the ice rink the other week. Fuck. We'll climb up here. Wow, look at that. That's why it's called the Giant's Causeway. Oh, look at that. So, the Giants stopped building the causeway to Scotland. That's the myth. There was a big giant named Finn, and he built all of this to try and make his way to Scotland. And over there in the distance, below that rock face there, right there where my finger is the Giant's organ. They're small, well, they're probably quite large if you get close to them, but you can be in the middle of nowhere and find a BT emergency telephone. So they run the cable straight through the rock and through the mountain. I got no idea where they run it, to be honest, but it's cool. Straight ahead here is supposedly the Giant's boot. Obviously a rock, but the size of the boot of the so-called Giant's feet was 93.5. So it's quite big. Would have been quite big if you look up. It would have been pretty big. So there you have it. The Giant is real. Rightio, that's the Giant's Causeway. We're going to head off to the next place we've planned to go to today. It's about 30 minutes, I think, from the Giant's Causeway. We might stop for a quick coffee because it's a bit chilly, and see when we get there. So this wasn't supposed to be a part of the trip, but there's a castle just down the road, so we thought we'd come and have a look at it. It's called the Dunclose Castle. It was positioned on this sheer headland, between the Giant's Causeway and the Portrush. Okay, so it's to the right there. I don't know if we can get to it. You can hardly see it, but it's a pretty cool silhouette of it through that fog. Righto. That's about as close as we're going to get to it today. The view's not the best. The water's down there, you can just see it. And here's the castle on the edge, right on the edge of the cliff. And over the years it's fallen away. But we've decided to not go down there just purely based on what the cost of it is. And the view you're going to get. It's not going to be worth it. So we're going to head to the original destination. So we'll see you there. We've arrived. It's called the Carrick-a-Rede. Carrick-a-Rede. I believe, and I'll have to just double check, but I'm pretty sure farmers built it many years ago. It's a big bridge that crosses like a gap between the rocks, and it's quite high and you can walk across it. Salmon fishermen, rather, not farmers, it was salmon fishermen. So salmon fishermen, it's a suspended bridge. It's 100 feet above the water. That's it there. An old painting, I assume. But yeah, it's 100 feet above the water. So what's that? 3 foot, 60 meters. Yeah. So we've got to pay for a ticket. We'll get down there and we'll see how freaky this is. Have a look at that view. It's cold. Right, so we just got through. The last group is 240 or something, and it's closer to 2 now, so that was lucky. So we bought our tickets, and now we've got a 15-minute walk to the bridge. So I'll turn the camera on once we're up there. So I've got to keep my hands in the pockets, it's freezing. They're like ice. check this out. Look how high we are. Unbelievable. I think we've got to walk up and around this here. There's a track. Oh, I see the bridge. It's right there. Wow. This is going to be a cool experience, I reckon. Rightio, getting close to the bridge now. But I just can't get over these cliff faces. Like, check them out, eh? They just go all the way around, right around to the top of Northern Ireland. They're humongous. So I'd say these salmon fishermen, I'm not 100% sure, but I reckon they built the bridge so they could go fishing off the edge of the little island that wasn't connected to this mainland. I'd say that's what it was. Holy moly. Jesus. Hold on, Chef. Does it move? Holy crap, dude. It fully moves too. Wow. Hey, woo up. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, there's no ways, man. There's no ways. This is some sketchy shit. And I reckon their bridge would have been a lot different back then. Oh. It's sketchy, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Look down. Jesus. Man, I said 60 metres. There's no ways I would have done that. 60 metres. You'd have to put a harness on me. And it'd have to be hanging from a rock. Not that, I tell you. Whew. That's some sketchy shit. Alright. What a view. Don't know what that is down there. Something to do with fishing lines, probably. I'd say that's pretty deep. There'd be good fishing down there. It looks like it's pretty deep. Dark blue waters. Yeah, it was an old fisherman's cottage. They've closed it so you can't go down there and look, but that's where they built their cottage. And they probably wound in all the fish and that from their nets and all that they caught. Wow. Some time ago, eh? It just blows my mind, man, these things. It's hard to grasp that someone used to live there and, you know, did their thing so many years ago. And these cliffs are just crazy. Well, that's going to be our final video for Northern Ireland. We head back to the UK, well, across the waters, across the Irish Channel, I think it's called, tomorrow, really early in the morning. We've got to take the ferry back, and probably the next stop will be the eastern coast of Britain. So I'll turn the camera off here, and if you got this far into the video, thanks for watching. If you want to know how we got here, go back a few videos and you'll see. Thanks again. See you later.